All right, I have a video on my favorite topic. So, we're gonna do exhaust sounds. I'm gonna show you how the length of pipe and size of tip really it changes the note of the exhaust. So I've got this fat cherry bomb here, cherry bomb. I got this long skinny cherry bomb. I got this 5-inch tip, this 3.5 inch, 4-inch tip, 3.5 inch short tip, and 2-inch ID on that tip there. We cut the muffler off. And if you're wondering how to cut the muffler off of a MK4 Jetta, you go back here, you jack it up, take your wheel off. You can get your Sawzall right in behind this arm right here. And let me see if I can get this to come in on it. Nope. But your exhaust comes out right there. You can just run your Sawzall right here. Whack. And it just, you got 2 hangers. You got 1 hanger there and 1 hanger there. So, yeah. You can see the coilovers are on there. The spacers are on there for the salad shooter saw blades. So yeah, I have to use this camera. I was going to use an iPhone, but with loud noises, iPhones cancel out. So we can't do that. I did that on my last video and found out the hard way. So yeah, there's the muffler that we cut off it. It's pretty dang big and solid. Real solid. It doesn't even vibrate. So yeah, the car was too quiet. So what we're going to do is we're going to start the car with, I guess I should at least add we'll add the long tailpipe. We'll start the car, hear what it sounds like, and then we'll play with the different noises that the tips make. And I'm going to pick which one I like the best. Well, actually, we'll start with the cherry bombs first. We'll put both cherry bombs on there, and then we'll go with the long tailpipe, and then we'll go with the different tips and go for the best sound. But I think we can make this thing sound like a Supra. All right, this is with a fat cherry bomb. Go ahead and rev it. All right, take it off. Now rev it. Yeah. A lot louder. Now we're gonna throw the long cherry bomb in.
Wait.
Just go ahead and give it 3 revs every time.
I just saw that.
All right.
Quiets it.
This quiets it down a lot. Here's the long cherry bomb.
Go for
it. I like it because it gives it a good tone, but it's too quiet for me. So now we're going to use this as a test pipe, and we're going to use different tips on it. All right, this is just a straight pipe.
Wait.
Now this is with the smallest tip. We'll go smallest to biggest so we can hear the difference. So that's our smallest tip. It changes it slightly, but not much. Yeah, this sounds good. Now this is a 3.5 inch pipe. It'll change it, but not too much. Now take it. Back on. Rev it. All right, now we're getting into my favorites. The longer the tip and the fatter, the better. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna rev it at 2,000 RPMs, put it on, take it off, just so you can kind of get an idea of how big of a difference it really is. favorite? The big pipe. It's kind of gaudy sticking out the back, but it does sound the best. We're gonna do a long rev so you can hear it on and off. Go ahead. Now that my neighbors hate me, so you can see this red one sounded great. If I was going for a quiet, tight, just cruising tone, just so people can hear me take off and it's throaty, I would definitely run this. The fat one sounds okay. I mean, I'll probably use that someday on something. It'll work better on something. But you can see like this tip here, didn't really change it much, but it does make it look better coming out the back. This one changes a little bit just because it's a bigger diameter. Like I said, the longer, when you start getting into the longer tubes, so what I'll do is I'll leave this as my tailpipe, and I can cut this here in slits, fold it in on a smaller tube that fits just over my exhaust and weld around it and weld the slits. That is going to make it, well actually what I'll do is I'll make it so it fits on this. I'll reduce it down and then I'll cut this long pipe to the length I need so that this is coming out, you know, just past my bumper like so it looks good. Just like I did on the last Jetta. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's posted about 3 weeks ago. I owned a 1.8T just before this one. Did exhaust on it. Had the muffler coming out with a 5-inch tip. This one though, the VR6s, they sound so mean with the big tips and just the muffler deletes. So, gosh, I'm kind of tempted to run this big bad boy. I don't know how it'll look sitting underneath there, but it sounds the best. I think what I'll do is I'll cut a U-shape up in this black here, like I did with the last muffler. I cut this U-shape. There's a little bit of metal back here you got to cut out, but it makes it, all you do is you hold it on there like that, you trace it out around it, cut it out with something small that you can control. I used a pair of tin snips and then I used a wire wheel to clean it up. It looked really good. I had a 1/4 inch gap all the way around. Looked real good, sounded good. So yeah, I was going to do this all with clamps. You can see where it runs in. Right there is where it gets welded. I was gonna just go and buy it. Well, I actually have a couple clamps laying around. I was gonna do it with a muffler clamp there, notch that down, do a muffler clamp there, and just show you guys that you can do this for free if you can get the material for free. These are all just scraps out of a dumpster. I always collect them. I keep everything I can find just for stuff like this. Like I literally can pick how I want my car to sound, and I love doing it. That's my favorite part of every car, is just playing with the exhaust, making it sound good. So yeah, we could either clamp it, cut that, reduce it, and clamp it there, but then I'd still have to weld on muffler hangers to go into the stock hangers. So, and for me, I feel more comfortable welding it. But if you didn't have the knowledge to weld or access to a welder, you could clamp it and you could get muffler strap, wrap it around it, screw it together and run it up to the hanger and run it through. So you don't necessarily need a welder or the skills to weld. You could make it happen. Yeah, personally I'm gonna weld it just so it's all done right. It's in there tight. And once I get it done, I will post a video of how it sounds. We'll be taking off and from stop signs just to see what it sounds like, but I know it's gonna sound mean as hell. So I don't know, it'll be a surprise. I'm either gonna go with this 3.5-inch tip or the 5-inch tip. It's weird, they don't look much different on camera, but they are. I mean, it's huge. This thing, like, that's my hand. It's freaking huge. My whole hand fits in there. So I'm gonna have to get a welder. I'll get this stuff ready to weld in tomorrow. I'll film some of it. We'll post it. See what you guys think. Let me know which sound you'd have picked. Firm and tight, you know, with the just the nice throaty sound. Loud or loudest. Let me know. Just welded up my tailpipe for the Jetta. We didn't go with the biggest one because it just wouldn't have looked right. But it's welded up. It's gonna come out on an angle. We had to do some shrinkage here. So I cut some slits and welded it. I got my adapter welded. So it goes from small to big to bigger. It's gonna come out on an angle. Gonna look awesome. Loud. Definitely got to come down 2 more inches.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Can't even see the tire.